Just got out and grabbed some bites for the evening, but I wanted something light, and I'm just in the what they call this shop. It's lawn something. Lawson shop. So we've got all the goodies going on. So I'm just gonna have. I got myself this steamed egg cake and some egg muffin cheese. That's it. Okay, let's talk about the toilet joke here in Tokyo. What happened is when I got here, this baby is looking like this, and there are some buttons on the side. So what actually happened, there are things I couldn't figure out, and I was just lost and confused. But what I discovered is that when you sit here, the toilet start releasing water slowly, and by the time you finish your business, this baby here is empty and it's time to flush. You'll be like doing whatever you're doing, you're trying to flush, it's empty, wondering how it was empty in the first place. Now you are afraid to leave this thing in a mess like this. But so I just sat down now and it's releasing water. So what I had to do is to press the stop button. This stop button here stops the water from being released, because immediately when you sit, the water comes out. So I didn't figure out that at first. Now the second thing that happened was there are other buttons to explore. Now I want to figure this shit out. As I'm sitting here, this button here, this is a sniper button, because when you fully sit here and you press this button, and it's got a temperature on the water that comes out when you press here. So why I'm calling it a sniper, I pressed this button and it hit the bullseye. Water came out straight into my bullseye with a temperature. Now I was afraid to stand up because I wasn't ready for it, and I was afraid to stand up because it might be flashing on the floor. And from there, the exploring ended up with the sniper button, which hits the bullseye. This one, I haven't tried it, I'm afraid to try it. And this knob right here, it says spray strength. I don't know what is happening, and I don't want to find out, because this one gave me the heebie-jeebies. I wasn't ready for it. But yeah, this is the Japan trauma that I got in. But now I figured it out that when I sit and the water starts flowing, I press stop. When I'm done, I will be able to flush, so all the waste goes away. You tell me if you know anything about this and how you operate it, because I haven't fully figured it out, and I'm not going to explore. I'm just not. That's my toilet joke. So right about now, I just went out to get something to eat, at Family Mart, and I just had a thought that I must just share a tip or one or two tips when you're gonna visit Japan. Maybe up to 5 or 3 tips I will share. But the tip number 1 is make sure that when you come into Japan, you have enough days, because if you have got less days to spare here, you're really going to be cramped up. So that's tip number 1, which will link with tip number 3 in my mind right now. Just make sure you have enough days, because traveling is going to is going to give you a knock, and then when you get here, there's so many things to do. So if you have cramped up days, then it will just not be a nice vacation. That will be tip number 1. As we go along, I'll give you other tips. It is crispy cold outside, and just made it back to the hotel, going up the escalators. Tip number 2 is when you book your accommodation, you must take it into consideration that the hotels here, the rooms are fairly small, and if you are a group or you've got too much luggage, you must also inquire about the size of the room, because most of the hotels, they are having small rooms, not normal as what we know in South Africa. And also the beds, when they say it's a 2-sleeper, then you must know that two-sleeper is meaning a mother and a child, not 2 adults, but it is workable. Also, the people here, they are fairly short in height, so there will be the beds are quite low. For me as myself, when I jump on the bed, I feel like I'm going in a submarine, but they are not too bad, but they are low. So tip number 2 will be, when you are a group or you're having too much luggage, you must understand that your spacing in the room will be a little bit cramped up. All right, we made it back in the hotel, and mind your business, because my room is a little bit messy. And tip number 3 will be, when you get here in Japan, you will be very tired. So as I said in the beginning, that tip number 3 will link up with tip number 1. You will be tired because if you're flying from the Southern Africa to Japan, you will be having 2 long flights. So by the time you get here, sleeping pattern will be out of order. You will be worked out, and you just need a rest day before you settle down to being ready to explore the area. So tip number 3, be mindful of your schedule of exploration. It mustn't be too tight. As I mentioned, that you will need a number of days to explore. So be mindful that when you land here, it's not going to be all systems go when you go out to explore, unless you have a stress test. If it's a military stress test that you want to put to test, then when you land here, you can just get on it. But from my experience, I was tired when I got here. That's it. I'm going to hit the chow. Checking out the Rainbow Bridge. All right, coming to you right under the Statue of Liberty, and we're just making a view of the Statue of Liberty. Then from here we're gonna get the what they call it, the I will remember now, the Rainbow Bridge. We're gonna have a view of the Rainbow Bridge, but as we are at it, I promised you that I'm gonna give some tips. Tip number 4. Tip number 4 will be, if you arrive in Japan, because there's so much things to do, you must be sure that you bring comfortable shoes, because you are gonna walk. People here, they are mostly almost formally dressed, but you don't have to jump into their lifestyle of dressing or the dress code, but you're gonna need comfy shoes, because a lot of things that you're gonna do here is walk while you are exploring. Right about now, I'm just gonna turn the camera to the Rainbow Bridge right about there. That's your Rainbow Bridge right there. It's your boy Trail Scout 22. Happiness under the Statue of Liberty.